for those of you that are starting Lean in 60, want to kind of reiterate some of the key points that make Lean in 60 super effective at decreasing some of this stuff, body fat. Okay? So all our group today have all gone through the course before. We just want to make sure that everyone kind of remembers the stuff that has worked in the past and just kind of refreshes themselves with what we're going to be doing over the next 60 days and especially over the next 20 or so. Alright? Okay team, so over the next 60 days or so we are basically trying to decrease as much body fat as possible, hold on to as much muscle mass as we can, or increase our muscle mass. Again, we're doing this because less body fat is going to be more healthy long term for us, as well as going to be able to function better, we're going to have better flexibility. We're generally going to be a lot healthier person if our body fat is a lot lower, we're carrying around a lot less weight. So ultimately all of us are trying to go from where we are right now. It doesn't matter where you are, but you may be looking for a change. So this is all of us. Doesn't matter if you're the fittest person on earth or not, you will be in this person and you're looking to get fitter. You're looking to create more muscle and looking to decrease your body fat. So what we're trying to do is create different habits that this person does to this person. These are two different people and there is a process. For us, that's the 60 days. Again, our 60-day challenge is designed for you to make the biggest changes possible in 60 days. If you make minimal changes, you will get minimal results. If you get maximum changes, you'll get the maximum results. So try and give it everything you've got really over the 60 days. If you're only making a few changes here and there and it's not actually too hard and you're actually not really changing too many things, don't expect too much change at the end unless you're going to really give it everything you've got. Okay? How we do that is by creating a calorie deficit. So basically eating less calories than your body needs in one day, and then you're going to utilize your stored body fat that's stored in your body. You're going to utilize that as this is a stored energy source. Okay? So imagine this, you've got a bucket of water and this is your body and it needs a certain amount of calories each day. What you want is that kind of perfect level of calories. So filling up the bucket with our food, we slowly fill throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, coming up to dinner and the last thing before night. But then what happens is if we overeat, the bucket's going to overfill and this is where we get body fat. If you're going to be overeating each day, you will gain small amounts of body fat. How do you know if you're overeating? Basically, you will have a BMR, your basal metabolic rate, the amount of calories that you need to eat per day to sustain your current state of mass. If you overeat more than that, you will start to gain weight. So we need to expend more calories or burn more calories than we're eating, basically. Okay, so we've got this little replica of body fat here. And this is a replica, an actual size roughly, of what 1 pound of body fat looks like. Again, the mass is huge in a pound of body fat. You think if you just burn off or you lose a pound in 1 week, it's a huge amount. What we can do is we can start to work out based on your current body fat. If you already know your body fat, that's perfect. If not, don't worry. We can go over it later on. Roughly per pound of body fat, we have about 3,500 calories. Okay? So if you're looking to lose a pound of purely body fat, you're going to need to burn 3,500 extra calories. Okay? If you're looking to say lose a kilo of body fat, you're going to need to burn about 7,700 calories to burn that whole kilo of body weight. Now when losing body fat or losing weight, we want to make sure that we're burning this stuff and not our muscles. We want to retain our muscles as high as possible because that helps burn more body fat at rest. So if we're losing muscle and we're losing body fat, then we're maybe losing weight, but our percentage ratios or our composition will probably stay the same. So what we want to make sure is that we're burning body fat and not muscle. Trying to lose our body fat over the next 60 days, what we can look at is we can look at your Lean in 60 sessions, we can look at smaller calorie deficits, we can also look at the challenges on your program as well. So if you're doing the Lean in 60 sessions and you're just following say 2 sessions a week, each session we estimate is about 500 to 800 calories burnt per session depending on your weight and how hard you're working. If you're working really hard, minimum we're going to hit 500 to 800. If you're not working as hard, you're probably working at the lower end of the spectrum, so that 500. If you're doing 2 sessions a week, you'll be estimated to about 1,000 to 1,600 calories burnt a week just from that exercise, okay? And then if you're doing 4 sessions a week, you'll be working around 2,000 to 3,200 calories burnt each week just from the exercise, okay? So over the course of your 60 days, what that will mean is times 8 weeks, we're looking at a 9,000 to 14,000 calorie burn, or if you're doing 4 sessions a week, you're doing 18,000 to 28,000 calorie burn. And again, if we know that each pound of body fat only has about 3,500 calories in, we're going to be a big chunk of the way there to decreasing a lot of our body fat. Okay team, so the next most important part, and probably one of the most fundamental parts of Lean 60, is your diet. We do have 3 phases where we change your diet throughout the course. So initially we've got your first phase, again, which is our smoothie phase. And again, we utilize the smoothie as a way of decreasing body fat and creating a calorie deficit. Because we're looking to create maximal change, we're looking to give you the healthiest diet possible, as well as the most nutritious, but also the best for our results for helping to decrease body fat. Some of the best foods to do that are going to be vegetables, fruits and berries, which is why we utilize shakes as a way of decreasing your overall body fat and calories intake into your diet, but also maintaining that high fiber, high nutrient intake from fruits and vegetables. You can obviously eat these fruits and vegetables, but utilizing the smoothies is just an easy, quick way of getting raw fruits and vegetables throughout the day. Again, you can cook them, but you do lose some of the nutrient content. So make sure that if you can, utilize those smoothies throughout the day. Try and get 3 to 4, ideally 4 smoothies throughout the day to keep you full. We don't want you starving on the first phase, we want you nice and full. So most of our smoothies, if you've done the course before, you'll know that they usually range from about 200 to 350, sometimes 400 calories per smoothie. Again, these are pretty low calorie smoothies, and again, if you're using it as a meal replacement, all you're doing is you're just blending up that food, pre-digesting it almost, so you could eat the food, but a smoothie is more convenient. So if you're having 4 smoothies throughout the day, you're looking at about 1,600 calories, alright? That's not too big a deficit depending on how much you weigh or how much body fat you've got, but depending on how much muscle mass you got, we may adapt your smoothies or add in some slightly different foods to keep your muscle mass nice and high and keep the body fat burning at a steady rate. On Lean 60, we're always going to try and create a small calorie deficit, so we're trying to create a 200 to 400 calorie deficit. That's going to give us a nice calorie burn each day. Again, it's going to keep us under the amount of calories that we need each day and keep our body utilizing that body fat. If you're on a 200 to 4 calorie deficit for 7 days, you will burn 1,400 to 2,800 calories per week. Again, that doesn't seem like maybe too much, but over the course of 9 weeks, you're going to be looking at a 12,600 calorie deficit to 25,000 calorie deficit. Now, as we know, if each pound of body fat is worth 3,500 calories, you're going to be burning a lot of pounds of body fat to get that calorie deficit. Last but not least, one of the other main ways that we can help you burn body fat is with our Lean 60 challenges. Each day we send you a couple of challenges, now in video, so you can follow the video format. Clearly explained, most of our challenges you can do throughout the day. They shouldn't take too long, and they are an extra, but that extra is really going to add up to a lot at the end of your 60 days. So most of our challenges burn in the region of 100 to 250 calories depending on the challenge. Some are quite easy, some are quite hard. You can do these throughout the day and you shouldn't be too hard. Again, they shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes for most of the challenges. But again, they are going to make that big difference at the end of your 60 days. So, if you're going to be burning an extra 100 to 250 calories each day, times 7 days a week, that's going to give you a 700 to 1,700 calorie burn each week. Over the 9 weeks, that's going to give you an extra 6,300 or 15,000 calorie burn each week. Now, although it may not seem like much at the beginning, each day doing an extra challenge that takes 5 to 10 minutes, but over the full 60 days, that can be the difference between an extra 4 pounds of body fat gone. So what that means for you over the next 60 days, specifically for the first phase, especially the smoothie phase, you're going to utilize this as a way of really kickstarting your body fat reducing part of the program. Okay team, so you're probably asking, why do I need to know this? What does all that mean? And how does that relate to my Lean 60? Well, this is what it really comes down to. So if you were just to do the bare minimum 2 sessions a week and you do a 200 calorie deficit diet, so just reducing 200 calories a day, which is a very, very small amount in your overall diet, and remember that's 200 calories below your BMR, not just 200 calories less than you're eating right now, because if you're eating a calorie surplus, then you may be just reducing but still be in a surplus. So you need to remember your BMR and try and find that and reduce that back down to a calorie deficit. 2 sessions a week plus a 200 calorie deficit will equal a 21,000 to 27,000 calorie burn over your 60 days. And what that equates to is about 6 to 8 pounds lost of pure body fat. We're not talking muscle, we're talking pure body fat. That may be weight as well, you may reduce muscle as well, so you may even get more weight loss, but if you're looking to just reduce body fat, you're looking to 6 to 8 pounds or 2.5 to 5 kilos lost in 60 days, just from a 200 calorie deficit, a 200 calorie deficit and a 2 sessions a week. You're upping your game and you're doing all 4 sessions each week, plus a 400 calorie deficit, that's going to equate to 43,000 calories lost to 54,000 calories lost over the course of the 60 days. Now what that means is that you'll get about a 12 to 16 pound deficit in purely body fat, or 5 to 7 kilo deficit. Now what that can equate to is a lot higher percentage wise, but losing 5 to 7 kilos of this is massive, incredible for your health, and believe me, you're going to see huge change in those before and after pictures. The last one we have is challenges. Adding on those small challenges each day is going to really make a big difference. Over the course of your Lean 60, it can equate to 6,000 to 15,000 calorie deficit. So what that will mean is an extra 1.5 pounds to 4 pounds lost off your body, or 700 grams to 1.5 kilos of body fat gone. Adding all these up, you can really see how you can really maximize your results over the course of Lean 60. And you don't have to stop there. You could be doing extra exercise, going for walks, having a higher calorie deficit. You wouldn't necessarily want to go too low, but you would want to maybe increase it or expend more energy throughout the day by having more exercise or being active for more minutes throughout the day. So if you've got a goal in mind and you're looking to lose maybe a couple of kilos, or you're looking to lose percentage wise, or specifically it's a lot of weight, say 1 to 2 stone, what you can start to visualize in your head is your goal amount of calories that you want to lose over the 60 days. So for instance, roughly, if you want to lose about 1 stone, you're going to need to burn about 57,000 calories. Now again, that may seem like a lot, but through daily consistency, you can achieve that quite easily. If you're looking to lose 2 stone, you're going to need to burn about 114,000 calories over the course of the 60 days. And you wouldn't be the only person to ever do that. We've had people lose more than 2 stone in body fat over the course of the 60 days because they did more exercise. They weren't just doing 4 sessions a week, they were sometimes doing 10 to 14 sessions a week and extra exercise, plus the smoothies, plus keeping a really tight restrictive diet, making sure that they hit those goals each week. So that's basically how you can achieve your results. If you are looking to make those changes, remember, small change will create a small result, and if you're looking to make those big changes, they will create the big results. But it has to be consistent over the full 60 days. First 2 to 3 weeks, find out what works for you and try and be consistent as you can over the full 60 days. It will make the biggest difference, I promise. We're all rooting for you. Good luck, guys.